What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, as you can see, I am building in Solani and I'm building a very tiny little beach shack, if you will. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. It sort of gives me like beach shack vibes. It's really small and I was kind of building it as a rental in my mind. You don't have to use it as a rental and it's not as a rental on the gallery, so you could really go either way with this build. Like you could also just use it as a residential lot or like as a regular home, I guess, but it is very small. You can fit up to 2 Sims in this house. It is also just under 100 tiles, I believe. I think it ended up being literally like 99 tiles or something. So I did set it as a tiny house or like as a small house. If you have tiny living installed, then that lot type gives you like all sorts of perks. So yeah, the game considers it a tiny home. So that's actually really nice and comes in handy for a lot of things. But as you can see, the house itself is actually pretty small. It's really tiny, and it ended up being 100 tiles anyway because of all the porch space. Obviously, I did use a lot of just foundations and just a lot of extra rooms outside basically. So the house does have a lot of outdoor space as well. For example, I could not fit a dining table anywhere inside of the house. So I put a dining table outside and the shower is outside as well because Solani Island Living, oh my gosh, I'm spacing out on the pack names these days. But anyway, Island Living comes with an outdoor shower, which is really nice and really definitely comes in handy for this type of build. So I did place a shower outside. There's no shower inside. There is, however, a toilet inside. Obviously, there is a sink and also a mini fridge. However, there is no counter space because, well, you'll see it once we move on to the inside of this little house, but the house is really small, and I did place a double bed, so that takes up most of the space. And so yeah, there is no counter space in here. There is only a mini fridge, a microwave, a sink, and then there's a grill outside. So if you want to use this house as a regular house or like a regular home, then maybe you want to like shuffle things around a little bit. Like if you have only 1 Sim living here, for example, you could obviously easily swap out the double bed for a single bed, and that would give you a lot of extra space. So that way you could probably make it work with like counters and stuff. But I just decided not to because I was kind of, like I mentioned, building this as a rental in my mind. It would be like a perfect little romantic like honeymoon getaway or something. That's definitely what I was picturing. So yeah, I wanted there to be like a double bed in here so you can have 2 Sims sleep in this little house. There is also like a TV bookcase combination inside from Tiny Living, which that item really came in handy for this build as well because I was trying to save as much space as possible, obviously, because I barely had any space. But yeah, you can really see the outside come together. I think that I found a reference picture on Pinterest of like a little cartoon house, like not even a sketch of like an actual house or anything, just like a very cartoony looking drawing of a house that I thought was so cute. I thought that drawing was so amazingly done. So yeah, I kind of used that for inspiration. However, I let go of the picture quite fast. That's usually what I do whenever I use reference pictures. I barely ever literally copy it one-on-one. I just basically use those pictures to like get me started on a build or like get me inspired or whatever. And then once I actually sit down and start building, my own imagination kind of takes over quite fast, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I was looking at that drawing of that cartoon house for a little while, and then I let go of it and just let my own imagination take over, which I always have so much fun with. And I also had a lot of fun with the landscaping for this lot. I placed a lot of trees like in the water surrounding the lot, and I placed like some bushes in the water and kind of make it look like seaweed, if you will. And I also placed some of the like corally things that come with Island Living that are in the debug menu. I placed those on the bottom of the ocean as well to just kind of fill up the water a little bit and make it look a little bit more dreamy. You can see me do that right here, and I think the lot ends up looking really, really cute and definitely very dreamy. For one, I would love to stay here. Like I would love to just fly here right now and vacation in this little house and just enjoy the ocean, enjoy the sunlight, enjoy the beach. I don't know. I really, really love Solani, and I am really craving warm weather. Like I can't wait for summer. Even though I'm not that much of a summer person, like I can't cope with heat very well. So once summer comes along and it starts getting really hot, I'll probably change my mind. But for now, I am very excited about summer. Like I can't wait for like nicer, warmer weather. I really want to go on vacation sometime. I probably won't though this year for obvious reasons, but yeah, I just can't wait. And so yeah, I'm living vicariously through the game and just creating a little tropical getaway in Solani for my Sims to go and stay at. And yeah, I think that would be so much fun to stay in this little house. And I tried to make it look very vibrant. As you can see, I used that like teal blue-ish wallpaper on the outside that comes with Island Living, and then I used a lot of very vibrant wood swatches as well. I barely ever go for that very orangey red looking wood swatch, but for this build I did, and I had a lot of fun with it. I think that it looks really, really nice. It really complements the like teal colors that I used here and there, and obviously also complements the water, which is also very like teal looking. So yeah, I just overall think that the whole color scheme of this build is really, really pretty. And I had a lot of fun with it. By the way, if you hear like noise in the background all of a sudden, I think there's some construction going on outside that literally just started seconds ago. I hope it's not too annoying, but it sounds like someone is like sawing something. I don't know. I have no clue what's happening, but it's very, very noisy outside, and I hope it's not too annoying. But I'll finish this voiceover anyway. And if it's too bad, I'll probably start over. But yeah, you can see that I placed a lot of plants outside as well. I really wanted to make it look very bohemian, and I don't know if I succeeded, but I just basically really wanted to place a lot of knickknacks and decorations and colorful items and just a lot of plants and flowers everywhere. And I was also really enjoying using that awning that we got with like a base game update a few months ago. That awning is so pretty, and yeah, I kind of just placed it against the house so it kind of extends the house a little bit, if that makes sense. And then the house, or like the porch, has a little step down to a lower porch where I placed some lounge chairs, and that little porch also has a ladder going into the water, and then the higher part of the porch also has a ladder going down into the water. So there's a lot of options for your Sims to go ahead and yeah, just enter the ocean or like swim in the ocean and have fun in the water. I don't know. I really had a lot of fun with this build, and it really makes me want to play the game in Solani. I remember whenever I got this pack for the first time, like when I just got it, I played here all the time. Like I think for a few months straight, I wouldn't play in any other world. I was obsessed with this world because it was just so dreamy and so beautiful, and it still is. And at that time, it was also like new and shiny, of course, and very exciting. But I remember that I just really, really enjoyed playing here and just swimming in the ocean and building tropical houses. I really enjoyed that. That was way before I actually started recording for YouTube, by the way. But yeah, I really love Solani. It holds a special place in my heart, and I don't know why. Probably because it is so different from anything that I know. The same goes for Strangerville. Whenever I build in Strangerville, I also always mention that. But I really love that world so much because it's unlike anything that I know or ever have been to, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's just why I think it's so fun and so different and so refreshing to play in a world like that. And yeah, the same goes for Solani. But here you can see I am moving on to the inside of the house. I placed a double bed and that basically took up all of the space in the house. So I was just really trying to figure out where to place the sink and where to place like the fridge. But you can see that I just placed a sink and a fridge right by the front door. And I really wanted to try and squeeze in all of the things that your Sims would need. For example, they don't necessarily need a dresser. For gameplay, you don't really need it. You could also just use mirrors to change your sim or to go into CAS or something. But I don't know, for the sense of, or like for the sake of realism, I just really wanted to try and squeeze in everything that your Sims need. So I placed a very tiny little dresser next to the bed, and here you can see that I also placed that book, TV, radio combination item on the wall from Tiny Living. And one thing that's actually very nice, we got that with like the last update, I feel like, the last base game update, your Sims can actually relax on the bed and watch TV now, which is something before they weren't able to do that, but now they're able to do that. And that really, really helps out with gameplay and also with like building tiny houses like this. So yeah, I playtested everything, and your Sims can actually relax on the bed and watch TV. They can also grab a book from the bookcase. They can turn on the radio. So that's very, very nice to, yeah, get your Sims fun up. And there also is like a large dining table outside, as you can see. So they do have more than enough seating space inside, or well, not inside, but outside they do. And some space just to lounge around and things like that. And I squeezed in a mirror as well. And obviously there is a little toilet, like a half bathroom, or not even a half bathroom, because it literally only has a toilet in there. And then the sink, as you can see, is right here in the living area. And off to the side of the house, as you could already see earlier in the speed build, I actually placed the outdoor shower. So I feel like this house does have everything that your Sims would need. It's just very cramped and very like squeezed together and very small. But yeah, it works. And I feel like your Sims won't be spending a lot of time inside anyway whenever you're playing in this world. At least that's how it goes for me most of the time whenever I play here, which has been a while, but yeah, whenever I do, my Sims are outside all the time, either swimming or somewhere on the beach or somewhere like on a different lot or anything like that. And yeah, here you can actually still see that I placed the shower and just some additional decorations here and there. I really love that outdoor shower. I don't use it enough because it doesn't really suit all of my builds like all the time, but I do think that it's really, really pretty. I really like that item. And here you can see that, yeah, for the rest of the lot, like the landscaping and stuff like that, I placed a swing set because I thought it would be fun and I thought it really suited the house. So I went ahead and placed a swing set, and then I did this additional little decoration area, I guess. It's not really functional, but I did place a, what's it called? A mailbox. Wow, I totally spaced out on that word. I did place a mailbox and an outdoor bin right by that like little decorative piece. And here I just put down some extra landscaping and I was scrolling through debug trying to find anything that I liked and then just randomly place it down somewhere, trying to fill up the lot a little bit, and then I did some terrain paint, and then that's that. So let's hop into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the build in real time. There's barely anything to show you because it's so small, but yeah, over here we have the little outdoor bin and the mailbox and just some decorations. And then over here we have the swing set, and then right here you can walk up to the house. It's very, very small, as you can see. I placed a lot of like plants to make it look a little bit more bohemian and cutesy, and I placed this amazing looking grill that came with the base game update. I really love this item. I don't use it enough, but I do think it's so pretty and it really suits this build in my opinion. But yeah, underneath this little awning we have a dining space with a dining table, and then you can take the stairs over here to the lower part of the porch, and yeah, there's just some lounge chairs here and a ladder going into the ocean. And then over here we have another ladder going into the ocean as well. And then here we have the back of the house. I just made it a little bit more overgrown and just decorated. And over here we have a little porch off to the side of the house where the shower is located, so you can take some nice and refreshing outdoor showers as well. But then for the inside of the house, it's really small. It is colorful. I tried to make it look as colorful as possible without it being too overwhelming, so I really like this green swatch of the bedding combined with this rug. I think it looks really nice. But yeah, next to the bed there is a little dresser. Over here we have a little TV and bookcase situation that your Sims can use. And over on this side we have a very tiny little kitchenette, which is all functional. There is just no counter space and no stove or anything either. So you can't really cook any regular food, if you will, but there is a grill outside and you can get some like quick meals and things like that. If your Sims are using this as a rental and they're not staying here for too long, I think that would be perfectly fine. And of course we have a little toilet in this build as well. But yeah, that's actually already it. It's really small. So this tiny beach shack comes in at 30,365 simoleons, so it's quite expensive for what it is. But yeah, I feel like it's still worth it for the location and things like that. And yeah, it's just a very dreamy little house, and it's also not too expensive. So if you want to move here, I feel like you could easily save up for it. It wouldn't take too long. But that's actually it for this build. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. You can go ahead and download this build off the gallery if you want to. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!